Hi, it's my intention here to give you some quick get started basics, kind of give you a channel of flow here once you've got involved in Karatbars. And if you're doing the 12-week plan, it is the simplest process in the world in 12 weeks to change everything you know about time and money. So let's just talk a few minutes about the following through after you get started. This is very important to all of us. We have been gifted something unique in the world. But we have to protect our house. Understand, in the United States, we operate under certain other laws, and you know what? We don't want to use the terms investment, tax, or financial advice. Don't give that if you don't have a professional license. Doing so puts you, not Karatbars, under SEC and FTC laws. It can be said that some financial experts have said, and point to yourself always, deflect to a trusted, licensed professional when it comes to those areas. There are many that are out there. Understand where it is that we operate. Here's a line. Below the line is all the federal, state, and local jurisdictional laws. Okay? It's also the three-letter agencies. Above the line is where the country of the United States deals with the country of Germany, deals with the country of Canada, deals with the country. They deal in currency grade gold. They operate between in settlement of debt, currency grade gold. They operate under the international bullion laws set forth by the World Trade Organization under the harmonious tax codes. That is what we use. And understand, Karatbars is private issued 24-karat currency grade gold, the same kind that they use. We are exempt from the import taxes and duties there. Now, this is very important, you are responsible for reporting all applicable earnings to the local authorities. Karatbars doesn't send out what we call 1099s here. They may be called something else in another country. You're on your own honor system, but reporting, I'm making this perfectly clear, reporting is your responsibility. We need you to help us. What we've been given is unique, and it's precious. Protect our Karatbars family house from those that may try to abuse it in some way, misrepresent. Try and do anything that would not be of good character for us. And please read the affiliate terms and conditions if you haven't read them carefully about the things that you do and things that you cannot do, because we don't want you to put yourself in a position that you would not like to be in, okay? And we're all here as a family. Hey, you know what? I got your back. Help me watch the front doors from those that would try and cause abuse to our system. Now, when you get first involved, Karatbars sends lots of emails out. But they send them out in different places, so whether they send them directly to you, the spam filters tend to kick you out. This recording is going to be archived so you can go back and get these emails. And you should enter them right into the contacts list of accepted emails into your email contact list, okay? Now, we have a support number, 224-829-0047 here in the U.S. or in North America. You should read some facts, FAQs about the support and delivery. And when you have contact with corporation, when you log in your back office, on each side of the page, I'm not sure which one it is, they flip-flop back, you're going to see a green button that says Live Chat or Help. Now understand, Karatbars is an e-commerce company. We're not an MLM. We don't operate like that. They don't teach how to build stuff. None of that. So we had even had to translate the languages here. So as we expand, understand, their only goal is to provide the platform you and I create how we do things correctly. And you should always use this format when you are responding to them or sending them a message through this. You always want to use this format. Don't assume anything. Use your name, put it in as it's registered, your username, the problem you have, and a solution. And if you're calling about something that has to do with a delivery or something, allow 4 to 6 weeks for delivery. Actually, we have really stepped that up to where a lot of deliveries are within 2 weeks now. And you include your invoice number. Make it simple for somebody not to have to hunt down other information, okay? All of your accounts are private and secure. Now, Here's the big picture. In the realm, it's not going to happen overnight. But if you take 10 to 15 minutes every day and go into your back office, log into your account, and learn what all the little tabs are and everything that's in there, in 30 days, imagine what you will know. Man, you're going to be so on top of the information, and not specifically, but know where stuff is to find it. And just think, if you're going to build a team with somebody, wouldn't you want them? How would you like to have your entire team know the ins and outs of that website? We're in this thing for a long time. To know the ins and outs in 30 days, I mean, doesn't that make sense? So not only you spend 10 to 15 minutes a day looking in your back office to find out how to do stuff, you know what? Teach your team to do that. Be a good sponsor. The things that we got to kind of get to know is how to enroll others properly, set them up properly, how you kind of get money to Corp, how you get money from Corp, Karatbars Corp, getting gold from Corp, delivery, and communication with Corp, which is our support, and then communication with your team and where to find other information. You get that in a realm. It's not hard. It kind of looks like a few things on there, but the reality is, overall, if you understand the premise of that, it's really just basics of what you would do in any company that you went to go to work for, right? And understand this. Go to your trusted licensed professional. I would seek out a tax optimizer special. Now, you can get and understand some home-based tax advantages if you go watch the video there on youhireyou.info. On the right, you can watch those. Now, as I said, you go seek out your own trusted licensed professional and let them give you and help you in that area. We do not give you that advice. I'll show you where you can learn from that, though. Now, here's a little bit about strategy. Your whole goal here is to move yourself out of, if you have a successful Karatbars business, and this is your objective, you're going to create a system. It's got to develop to it. In the meantime, your whole life has been based on creating it some type of paper money, whether it's this kinds of money, whatever it is. But your whole goal is to move off of this and move your whole system onto a physical cash money card. It's a MasterCard that we have. Okay? And if any, here's common sense. I'm just going to get off track a little bit. Anybody ever questions our validity of our company, whether we're real? You know what? You have one of these, you can just pull it out, hold it up, and say, only legitimate companies have these. It stops everything. You don't have to go on a big dissertation. Okay? Now, this is the correct way to move cash money globally. I can take this and go to Mexico and get pesos out of the ATM. I can take it to Italy and get lira out of the ATM. I can take it to Philippines and get pesos, or, Tokyo and get yen. The key is, this is your independent, portable, flexible tool to move money. And every week, your earnings are deposited onto here from the 12-week plan in your pending dual payout, as well as every month from your residuals in the unilevel pay onto that card. And this is how you save money. Whether you vault it or you get it in your hands, this is the correct way in the times we're in to save money. These are two different branches. We also have an e-wallet, which makes this easier in different countries to move money correctly and hold up to $100,000 on that account. Allow you to shift money back and forth, automatic clearinghouse, which is kind of what payrolls use, as well as being able to move money from a card to a bank account to whatever. Okay? It is our tools we use, and your goal is to get to be completely self-contained on these. That will give you portability in today's world. Now, if you bought a silver, gold, or VIP package, you can order one of these immediately. It's found under, once that order has been processed and once your KYC documents have been uploaded and approved, You can find this under Product Purchase tab, and you can accelerate the time it takes you in order to get that card. In order to get one of these cards, you have to earn 35 euros of commission. 20 euros of that goes to obtain your own card. That's exactly correct. Now, or you can purchase the cards for the 20 euros and have it expedited through the process, and understand it's going to take a little time to get to you. This is the process. You'll be able to listen to this again, and it's not really relevant to getting started, but understand it can take up to 4 weeks to get your card. Okay? You can take it 2 weeks if you expedite the process. So allow it at least 4 weeks, but in a couple of weeks you can get the card if you order it right away. Karatbars sends a queue to Prepaid Financial Services, who is our host for our card, and then what they do is they put it on a list. They send that list one time a week to get the card manufactured. The card comes back. They tag the numbers of your account back to Karatbars from Prepaid Financial Services in another country, and then they send the card to you. It takes 7 to 10 days. Once they do that, you activate your card. You must call the number. Okay, call the number to activate the card, which you can find under Card Login under Commissions tab. You can review this here. Once you do that, that next Friday, the money's deposited on the card. They don't send these cards with cash on them. They're protecting you. Okay? Now, start right. 12-week plan is the secret to making money, and it is the basis of 2 tasks that make money. Get a package. You're going to find that under Product Purchase tabs and Packages. You can enroll and immediately buy a package. Don't hesitate. Doing so, you can lose money. If you don't buy a package. Get a package immediately so that you don't miss any activity that comes below you. And then immediately take one of your 3% bonus codes. As soon as you buy a package, underneath the tab that says My Gold, you've got 6 tabs up there. You've got General tab. You have My Gold, Product Purchase, General tab, Profile, My Gold, Purchase Products, Commissions, and Team Statistics. Underneath My Gold, as soon as you bought a package, a new tab opens up there that has digital bonus codes. It's got the codes on the back of these cards, only it's there so you don't have to wait. Immediately go and take one of those codes and go into under Purchase Products tab and scroll all the way down to the bottom where it says Submit Bonus Codes and paste it in the first of 5 boxes you will see there. And then click Update, and you'll see a green stripe that says Update Successful. Now what you have done is you have submitted so that you get preferred pricing on all orders. You never have to touch it again for a year. Every time you go to buy gold in any given time, it will automatically apply a 3% bonus discount to that. So help people get started right so they're not buying it without that discount. And then upload your KYC's docs and get approved. Once they're approved, if you bought a silver, gold, or VIP package, as I said, order a Karatbars MasterCard now, expedite it. You can find that under the Product Purchase tab. And folks, the simplicity of making money, 2 tasks. Don't bargain with it. Just do it. 2 tasks. Number 1, you're going to enroll, get a package, you're going to KYC, and you're going to buy 1 gram a week for 12 weeks. I don't even care if you do anything else after that. Take action, because hesitation places you behind people that didn't hesitate. You can do this all by yourself. Can you enroll? You don't need anybody else's permission, criticism, or opinion to do that. Is that correct? Is that correct? Type it in there. Can you buy purchase a package? You don't need anybody else's permission, criticism, or opinion. Correct? KYC, you can do that all by yourself. You be responsible for buying 1 gram a week, every week for 12 weeks. You don't need anybody else's permission. This is the building block of all of your residual income. And you either build it on a foundation of strength, or you try and pile it on and watch the foundation not support what the money and the goal that you're going to have coming toward you. So understand, value your own opinion on this. You can do this by yourself. Value your own opinion for your future and the reason you're doing this. Number two, you're going to team up with two people that value their own opinion that will repeat task number one and task number two. Find two that value their own opinion and will duplicate this. Not fudge it, not bargain with it, just do it. And when you do, you will have secured the base of all what's going to happen over the next 12 weeks. But make sure you only have to look 3 people away. Now, maxing out the comp plan. Eventually, you're going to need to get 3 teams, more than 2. 2 makes you money. 3 maxes out the comp plan. You know what's nice about the 2, finding the 2? It starts all revenue. Starts all revenue. That's why we make it those 2 tasks. Now, in order to max it out, you're going to have to get a VIP package or upgrade to VIP. A VIP sponsoring 4 VIPs creates all the return of capital that it took you to be a VIP and maxes out the comp plan. So you can start there and have a vision for the future. I'm not going to leave any money on the table. Or if you just can't do it, start at any package level and work your way up. You know, Jeb in 24 days went from broke to 5 figures. Okay? Started as a bronze. But let me tell you what, that guy didn't wait for anybody. 16 hours a day, he was showing the plan an hour after he saw it. Extraordinary A+++ effort. And he had a heart and a will to not let his ego get in the way of anybody that had any negative comments, and they saw where he was going. You'll understand this. When you see that in people, that is what people follow. It isn't the car that you drive. It isn't the home that you live in. It is where you're going and your vision, your focus, and your passion. If you unleash that, you unleash the brilliant spark in you that was always in there and always trying to get out. You're going to develop 3 momentum lines to yourself. You can make it a spouse, business entity, family member direct. Register them. Okay? You're allowed to have 1 personal account. And you're allowed to be the administrator on a registered business account. Okay? Take some time to roll people direct to you and take some time to help others enroll. It's common sense. The first task that you do is enroll package KYC 1 gram a week for 12 weeks. The next task you're going to do is to find 2 people. You're building a team. You're building a team of people. You're going to have people that are different. So find their strengths, not their weaknesses. Emphasize their strengths and the power that they bring to a team. And so, with all this, you're going to need 3 lines that develop it in order, and the number of purchases, the contracts. That's what they call them in different languages. It's really purchase transactions to gain the global pools and the gold fund. I'm going to go over that in a minute. Karatbars pays you 7 different ways. When we show you the 12-week plan, we're only showing you 2 ways. When people find out you get paid 7 ways on top of an incentive rewards program, dude, it's like, wow. Why didn't you tell me that before? Because if the 2 weren't good enough for you, what good is the rest of it? We would rather under-promise and over-deliver. Now, you can see the complete compensation plan PDF if you go to Karatbars.com in the back office. Go to the General tab on the left, and then click on Downloads, and then click on Choose Your Language, English or whatever language it is, and then click on the PDF, the affiliate plan. You should know where all that stuff is. Remember I said spend 10, 15 minutes a day? Hey, that's also a direct link that you'll see there. We get paid a direct commission. We get paid a unilevel bonus. We get paid generational bonuses. We get paid the package bonus and the dual team bonus. We get paid Karatbars Pool and Karatbars Gold Funds. This is how it all works out. Now I'm going to give you an explanation of how all the comp plan works together. Don't get wrapped up in too hard details. You know what? If I want to make a phone call, I don't need to pull off the back of the phone. I don't need to pull off the back of the phone to see how the frequency modulation goes through the SIM card in order to get to the right cell tower to get. I don't need that. You know what I want to do? I want to go bing, 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 bing. Hello? Does that make sense? Now, some people need to know that it's solid. And once you get over your bridge of belief, do whatever you need to do. If that's what gets you over the bridge of belief, especially people that are analytics, then show them where they can go get it. That's important. And I don't discount them, because if that's you to have to do things the right way with the right tasks, then that's important to me too. But I'm just saying, a lot of analysis paralysis keeps you from getting where you want to go. Don't overdo it. Now, understand, we have two comp plans. Everything that's in Karatbars has things that are called units and things that are called points. When you enroll a free account with no package, it's in the unilevel program. Understand, every time you enroll an account in Karatbars and you click affiliate, you are in a free compensation model. Free to enroll, no registration costs, no maintenance fees on that account. You get a shop site, a self-managed protected website, no website fees. You get to participate for free in the unilevel plan of a 0.5% to 6% overrides on anything that you referred. You don't even have to order anything or buy anything in order to qualify, in order to do it in that plan. It's slow. You can do it. The Karatbars pool and the Karatbars Gold Fund, all of that is free. That's why we're not an MLM. You don't have to pay a single penny out of your pocket in order to go make money with our system. There is no logical reason not to do this. But that is slow growth, and that is the first little step of the 12-week plan. But that is not the 12-week plan. The 12-week plan pays you 6, 8, and 12 times more money. Now, everything has both units and points. This gram of gold, every 2 euros you spend is 1 point. And the points add up to ranks from a 0.5% to 6%. And at the end of the month, they look at how your structure is. They look at how many points your entire referral team did. And then they give you an override from a 0.5% to 6% based on that. So let's just say, for simplicity's sake, let's say this was 50 euros. It would be worth how many points? Somebody type it in. 25, very good. 2 euros equals 1 point. Now, 1 gram of gold is 1 unit. Now, what is a unit? A unit, I want you to think about going in 7-Eleven. Don't they have everybody have a 7-Eleven around you somewhere? Convenience store? They got tons of little items on the shelf, from beanies and weenies to a quart of oil to a candy bar, right? Each one of those items has their own profit margin. The profit margin for the 7-Eleven owner is different on the can of beans than it is on the quart of oil, than it is on the soda and the thing. So let's just think of that as intrinsic shared profit margin. That's the profit margin that's there and there. And we'll call that a unit. That's what Harold in our system gives to you to share the profits in that, so that you can make more money. So this gram of gold was worth 25 points if it was bought downline from you. You never get points or units for your own purchases. There just isn't enough money in for us to do it. But everything that you refer, yes. So this would have 25 points in 1 unit. Okay, now, how do you get the units? You have to opt in. You have to physically take an action and opt into the dual system. That's called getting a package. You have a bronze, silver, gold, VIP, and VIP exclusive. The bronze that we don't see here, it's 99 euros. It's about $135 by the time you convert the fee. It pays a direct referral bonus of 5%, in the cycles. When you have 25 units on one side, you get 2 teams, remember? 2 teams, left team, right team. 25 units on one side and 50 units on the other, you cycle. Now the units equals cycles. 50 units on one side, 25 units on the other side, it's a cycle. And it pays you weekly. So now on top of the unilevel bonus, which has its monthly cycle, which is the 11th of the month, all the way to the 11th of the following month and pays out on the 1st of the following month, which means this. October 11th to November 11th was the cycle. It pays out on the 1st of December. Okay? That's where you get, guess what? If the dual system, which pays you weekly, was the meat and potatoes, the unilevel's the dessert. Okay? And if you're thinking about a meal. Now, guess what? This is one of our package cases. It's a little part. Is it made out of gold? No. The dual system is based on non-gold products, as well as for the direct commission there. So, if you are a bronze, you get a 5% direct commission, whether it was a package. All packages are non-gold products. The carry case is a non-gold product. This is 15.5 euros, about 20 bucks. 15.5 euros. How many points is it? Somebody type it in. 15.5 euros, how many points is it? They round up. 2 euros equals 1 point. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now you get it. Now, this also has 1 unit of shared profit margin. He gives you 1 unit. The same as this is he gets one of these. And guess what? This is non-gold product, right? So if you sponsor somebody and they buy one of these boxes, they're going to see 8 points in their monthly system in the unilevel, correct? And then also they're going to see 1 unit in the dual system. Now, guess what? How much money did you make on this in direct commission? If you sponsor somebody and you are a bronze, you make a 5% direct commission on this because that person you sponsored did this. That's on a non-gold product, right? If you're a silver, you make a 10% direct commission on this box. It's non-gold. You also make a 10% direct commission on the packages that they buy. If you're a gold package holder, you bought a gold package, you're going to get a 15% direct commission on the sale of this box, the sale of a package to somebody that you sponsored, and if you're a VIP, a 20% direct commission on all non-gold products. You're going to get a 20% direct commission, whether it's this or one of our designer shirts or one of our carry case, whatever it is. Even champagne, if you're in Europe, we don't ship it here, but if you're in Europe, we have our own champagne. We don't make it. Moet makes it. And it's got 4 units of profit, 4 units of intrinsic shared profit margin that Harold puts into the system. Okay, now, this is kind of how it works. Remember, unilevel, everything free. 2 euros equals 1 point. The end of the month, the points equal your rank between 0.5% to 6%, and it pays you out once a month. It's your dessert. Everybody gets dessert. Now, dual system, you got to buy a package. It's based in units, in the profit margin of anything we add into the system in the future that isn't gold. Wow. That's going to equal cycles. 50 units on one side, 25 units on the other side is a cycle. Based on your package is how much you make per cycle. And that pays you out weekly. So now you're getting paid once a month. You're getting paid once a week. If you build a successful team, build it. And then on top of that, folks, we have the Karatbars Incentive Rewards Program. We don't even show this in it. This is the number of grams that pays over a lifetime. You get monthly bonus on the unilevel, weekly payout on the dual system. You build it properly. And number 3, you get a payout over a lifetime. This is for first 1,000 grams that run through your system. Where do you see that? When you go to the commissions tab in your back office and go down to incentives, you will see a list of the lines that you have, the number of grams that have been produced from that line, and how many are applicable to the bonus. If you only have one line, and you sponsor anybody else but one, and they buy something, you'll see the number of grams there, but they're not going to qualify because here's why. They take your biggest line out, and you don't get to count that. Why? Because then you can't be rewarded for sponsoring one person and riding their work all the way down. Harold is a show me and I'll show you. Okay? He rewards your performance. Okay? So 1,000, you get a 24 karat gold plated iPhone. Some of us have already gotten it. They're great. I saw one on eBay for $4,300. Now, 3,000 euros, you get a trip to Dubai. Understand, you don't have to use 3,000 grams more. You have to get 2,000 more past the iPhone. You don't give up one to get to the next. You get each one of them when you hit that. Then 10,000 is a mega trip. 10,000 grams that are attributed and qualify for that, you get a mega trip. 25,000, a Karatbars edition Rolex watch, folks. 70,000, which is what? 35,000 more grams than the watch. You're going to get a standard car. Well, you know what our standard car is? Mercedes, BMW, Audi. Okay? It's not, so, and it hands the keys. There's lots of programs out there that give you leases, but if you lose your volume, guess what happens? You got to come up with the money for that, right? No, Harold says, you earn it, here's the keys. 160,000, which is 90,000 grams more. You get a luxury car. Now that is like an AMG 600 Mercedes or a BMW 850 or an Audi 8. All right, gives you the keys. Then for another 190,000 grams that run through your system, think about duplication. 2, 4, 8, 16, 20, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 5, as it begins to duplicate, right? Now that's like a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, or something in that class. And then ultimately, it's going to take you years. But a villa, $1 million villa, 750,000 euros, 1.2 million grams, 1,200 kilograms. And guess what? You're going to need a 3-car garage to park them all in. This is all free. And actually, this is a program that also bolts on to companies. They get to have it for free. Know your website's function. Before you enroll others, check with your sponsor. When you enroll direct, you're also enrolling in the dual system. Remember? Simultaneously. But where that circle goes depends on how your system is set. So be a good sponsor and walk through the people that you enroll and help them with that. It automatically defaults left. If here's you and there's 2 spots underneath you, it automatically defaults to the left one unless the left one has it filled and then it goes to the right. Okay? But like I said, spend a few minutes a day knowing things, and in 30 days you'll be an expert. So this is kind of how it looks. Remember that the dual system's like back-end money. And many times you say, well, how much does your gold cost you? Guess what? I buy my gold the same as Cheryl buys hers, the same as you buy yours. We all buy it for the same price. But what we get on the back end depends on our performance on doing what we've always done, telling somebody and helping somebody. The money always follows your ability to help somebody else. You'll always be rewarded in the long term that way. So be a good sponsor and help them. The dual team, so as I said here, you will fall in either the left or the right side there. That pays immediate upfront money. We make money 3 ways. Where's the money come from, Dan? 3. Number 1, we don't advertise. Any broker you see on TV, where do you think they're getting the money for those $1 million commercials? Come on. Be common sense. Where do you think they're going to get that? It's always in the fine terms and conditions. Now, number 2, we take big bars, turn them into little bars, sell them for a competitive price on the market, especially in our asset class, and you have got to focus on comparing apples to apples if you go do that. If you go do that. I don't even care because gold is now free for all of you who've been doing the 12-week plan and following it. You get perpetual like gold acquisition. Boom, 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 boom. Okay? So your gold's free from the system. Now, we get paid in the back end on that. So we don't advertise, they pay you to tell. 2, we take big bars, turn them into little bars, and then sell them competitively worldwide, where we can buy 1 gram and have it delivered in, 87 countries right now or something like that. And number 3, we have intrinsic shared profit margin. That is anything we add into the system that is not gold in our e-commerce company. That's why we're an e-commerce company, folks. Think about the future. This is a big picture globally. And as we add that in, that pays you up front. There's no chargebacks in our system, man. There's no chargebacks on cards or credit cards. We have a 3D processor. Now, if you ever have any challenge, you take it directly to the corporation. We're good ambassadors. We fix stuff. And you know, we're not faultless. It's okay. We can be humans. But you know what we do? We fix it. Now, that's where you make it. No advertising, big bars and little bars paid at the end of the month, and then also intrinsic shared profit margin in our dual system, which pays you up front immediately, real-time calculations on that pay out, and anything that we add in, he shares the profit margin of any product, just like any product. In a 7-Eleven, where you see at different ones, Harold shares that with you. He's extremely generous. So you have something that you can count on long-term. So when you place somebody in your dual system, before they register, you need to go to the placement. Left, right, auto. Just when you first get started, just ask your upline, the person that brought you in, and then you're going to click Save. And then this is what it's going to look like. I'm a realist. World ain't perfect. Right? The world ain't perfect. This is what it's kind of look like. If you have an entrepreneurial spirit, go to VIP, man. Do what you need to go to get to VIP now. Right away. Don't leave money on the table. And as things start to build, and you'll find people that will create. You find 3 people, guess what? If you find more than 2, the third one has to go on the left or the right. So guess what? It's got to go underneath the last person that's in this line. We call that the roof. You see, you got a left roof line, you got a right roof line. Everybody else is in the attic, so it'd make it easy to kind of understand how I think, or we think, if you're ever going to ask me about that. And so the units go into let's just think of it like a safety deposit box. The units go in there. But when you get paid out, it depends on what package you have that you get paid out. If it's silver, it's 10 euros, about $13 a cycle. 50 units on one side, 25 units on the other. If you're silver, it's 40 euros. It's about $53 a cycle. Anytime there's 50 units on one side and 25 units on the other. If you're gold, it's 60 euros a cycle, which is about $81 right now for every time you have 51 units on one side and 25 units on the other. Money comes out on your debit card. If you're VIP, it's 80 euros. It's like $108. Every time you got 50 units on one side and 25 units on the same units, you just get more different money coming out based on your package. That's why. Get the best package you can, and even if you have to stretch to get a VIP, this is what your whole team's going to look like later. Anybody with any sense is going to upgrade, even if they couldn't start. Jed went from bronze. In 2 days, he turned to silver. In 6 days, he was a gold, and by the 13th day, he was a VIP. Spinning off maximum amount, doing that. Now, he had drive and desire, but remember, he's a prime example. You are not going to stop somebody from doing this. When they see this, go find a couple of people that this makes sense to. And the rest of it's history, man. You're done. Now, we have different packages here that we see, and these are the contents. We have a PDF I made of a list of package contents that is available for you. All you have to do is ask, and we'll make it available for you to download. And actually, I'll put the PDF in there. Now, number one objection. It comes from people who've never seen the dual system. So they only have 3 ways they know how to acquire it. Inherit it, extract it, and buy it out of their own pocket. It's a trader mentality. Gold is a commodity. This is not what we do. Well, you need to know how to overcome it. A direct link here is down in the corner in that blue box, Karatbars.com. You go right there, it's pricing facts. Okay? And instead of trying to memorize it, why don't you say, Bill, hey, how much is your gold? Hey, great question, Bill. Why don't we go see where we can find that information? And take them there. Now you empowered Bill to know where to go, and he can read it. Something different between you telling him and him reading it too. And understand this. Let's talk about units. This 1 gram is 1 unit. This 2.5 gram card costs €5 per gram. 2.5 gram card, €5 per gram less than the 1 gram cost. Okay? It's only got 2 units of intrinsic shared profit margin. The profit margin shared. Why? Why doesn't it have 2.5 units? Because Harold gave you the discount in cash, and he gave you some upfront money, so it has value for people who even want to buy stuff even at a discounted cost, on top of being able to give people a 3% preferred pricing card so they get it 3% less. He gave it to you to do that. He gives you 2 units of shared profit margin because he gave you the equivalent half a unit in the discounted price. Now the 5 gram card, that is €10 per gram less than the 1 gram card price. €10 per gram less. It costs you, and it has 3 units of value. Why does it have 5 units of value? Because they gave you €10 per gram off. Do you realize that with this, €10 per gram off, and your 3% discount card, when you purchase that, it comes to like $48 a gram in this form. He made it so he could fulfill something that added value to you and was extremely competitive in the world out there for what we have. And nobody's going to, guess what? No matter where you go buy it, no one is going to pay you a residual income or allow you to set up a system to get it for free. Not one other broker. So you get to choose. You want to save $12 a gram on non-currency grade gold, not comparable in our asset class somewhere? Or you want to set up a system that you can create a residual income in 12 weeks, as well as be able to acquire your gold for free from the system. It's an awesome process. Now, connecting people to the information. You need to get them connected in so they know where to go, so they can get fed while you're not there. You want to be the endless mouthpiece? I don't want to be. We have some new people that are going to be stepping up here and taking over this stuff. I love what I do. There's nothing I'd rather do than to go help you guys. I can do anything I want with my time. No one individual is dependent on my income. That is where we want you to be. And if you choose to go beyond that and give your time to others, you will find great rewards. I faced many different adverse challenges in my life I will not go into. But I will tell you this, that anything that you have that seems like a hiccup or a speed bump is there for you to learn to have empathy for those other people that might face that, so you can actually honestly know and that you can help them overcome. Okay? You learn from everything. And in that, you will have reward and significance in your activities and giving of your time to others. Okay? And there lies better than any money, better than any physical item. You give your time to somebody else. You're giving them your most precious gift. And you'll be able to spend the time with the loved ones you want when their time to change addresses comes. You won't have to think, I got to go to work. You'll be able to go portable. Okay? There's a great significance in our message here. Now, we have daily webcasts every single day. Right here, KaratbarsWebinar.com. Different presenters. Okay? Now, I want to put a disclaimer here. If you hear anything different from me or anybody else that is different from what your upline duplication is, please do not change anything until you consult your upline senior partner or director in that line. Why? Because we don't want to mess up anybody's duplication. I'm giving you some guidelines. You can take bits and pieces out of here, but always check with your upline leader, senior partner, or your director in that line, because they have your best interests at heart. They want you to duplicate so it keeps replicating. It's very easy. Momentum, where it keeps replicating, is hard to get. It's really easy to lose. So we wanted to keep it going. Now, part of the things that will help it going is you need to connect people. When you sponsor somebody, your most important goal should be this. You should know your senior partner's number. You should know a director's number upline that's in your line. And you should connect it to them. Hey, well, let's see if we can get Cheryl online. Let's see if we can get Judy online. Let's see if we can get Pat online. Let's see if we can get Randy on the line. Let's see if we can get Ron online. Let's see. Okay, and just try. And if we can get through, Randy, this is Dan. I don't know if you have a minute or so, but I'd just like to introduce to somebody on the team. They just enrolled. They just got started on the 12-week plan, and I just want to connect to you and I just wanted to bring them onto the team and let you know. And so let them, and then shut up. Let them speak and edify the individual brought in. If he's a senior partner, or she's a senior partner, or she or he is a director, you start getting up there, you got lots of options. And sometimes we're accessible easily, and sometimes, we're not. But connect them. They feel a part of the team. It keeps things going 3 people away from you. And then we have the Breakfast Club training in the mornings. We have diverse speakers. We have different topics. Okay? And as I said, if you hear something different than what your upline is hearing on that, it's like a buffet table of information. Take the things you want, but always counsel with your upline leader first before you do anything in there to see if they're doing it, how they're doing it, why they're doing it, if they're doing a little bit different, and keep the momentum going the same way. Okay? We also have them archived down here. You see at the bottom of that page, anymeeting.com/Boomer Math Class. You can see any recordings that we have there. And we have a couple of basic training sites on the right here underneath this logo here. You should connect to the Skype room. If you want the first and best information, be able to ask questions and get them answered quickly. And we also have Facebook pages. Cheryl Ann, if you're on the line here, can you type in the direct link for the Facebook page there? I would greatly appreciate that. And then we have 2 basic training sites. Karatbars Intro, no cost. It's got a lot of good stuff on it. And then we got KaratbarsTV.com. Very good, streamlined system there for you to go and use as a reference. Thank you very, very much. Boomer, yes. Do you have, Cheryl Ann, I don't know if you're on the line or not, can you type in your, thank you very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Okay, now. Folks, I want you to be successful. I'm not here to tell you every single tip and trick. There's many different ways, but one thing I do know, there's a difference between income-producing activity and busy activity. One is the creative phase and one is the management phase. One gets you and expands and multiplies your returns. The other one doesn't. You got to do a little bit of both. And this is where your income success begins and ends. Are you willing to do the units of work that are required? So what are you doing with your time? I'm not going to get into all of this, but you can go back and review this. Really, everything you do falls in these quadrants here. Understand what you're doing with your time and adjust it. It's okay. This business is very simple to get back on track. And if you're having a hard time trying to figure out where to find affiliates and customers, it ain't hard. I mean, you can use online marketing, offline marketing, phone blast, text blast, email send-outs. You can use your contacts list in your phone, which 97% of the population has a phone. You can use sizzle calls. You can take them to live meetings. There's so many different ways to do it. Do what feels natural and best for you. But I do know this, that if you play a message for somebody, whether you think it's good or not, they might think it's great. You only need a few people to make this thing work and start cranking out. You should do it as fast as you can and don't lollygag around. And then measure results. You don't have to use this chart, but I know it works. And people that use it know it works. That chart right there is 100 squares. And if you're just getting started, if you're counseling with me, number one, you better be doing the 12-week plan. Number two, I'm going to ask you two questions. What did you learn today that you didn't know yesterday? And what does your success chart look like? Here's what I know about 100 squares. You ask 100 people to take a look. Good, bad, ugly, however you ask them, only 80 people will actually listen to you. And out of the 80 people that will listen to you and tell you they want more information and they'll go there, only 40 will ever see it. 40, we're kidding you. The cat got sick, the kids got fever, the car broke down, I just got laid off from work, they called me in. There's all kinds of things that happen in life. Only 40 will actually physically see the plan. That is your goal. Once they see it, it's out of your hands, baby. Follow up once. Are you in? You do you have any questions? You in? You out? Or I'm calling you an X in the chart. Don't try and hatch them. And out of the 40 that see it, 1 out of 2, 20 will enroll. 20, like this. It ain't hard to sponsor 20. You just got to ask some people. And then out of the 20, 10 will buy a package. How many people does it take to work in the dual system? Somebody type it in. 2. You just found 5 times more people than you need. So guess where they got to go? Underneath the people who didn't hesitate to get in, didn't have to think about it. I'll get back to you on Tuesday. In the meantime, people fell in where they would be missing them. And if one of them is some big church or a company or an organization or a pipeline to some guy who's going to another country to build huge, you missed it because you lagged. That's going to be a dagger. Okay? And out of the 10 that buy a package, some of them might bargain with it. They're going to say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to kind of do that. Guess what? The 2 tasks that make you money have no bargaining with it if you want to duplicate the program. They don't bargain. It's like with terrorists. We don't bargain. Period. You do it and it won't hold your wallet hostage. And out of the 10 that buy it, 6 are going to do it with or without you. I'm going to tell you right now, those 6 will become senior partners. They'll become directors in the organization, and they ain't doing it for you. They're doing it for their families, and they get it. And there are yes waiting to happen. The first 6 you talk to might be the 6. You may not even go through that. But I'm saying if you go through 100, 80 will listen, 40 will see it, 20 will enroll, 10 will buy, and 6 are going to do it with or without you. Couldn't care less if you quit. They're going to take it all the way. So consistency. Ask 3 people a day. Now, guess what? On that chart, you should have, if somebody doesn't even give you time of day, thank you. Put a big red X on their chart. Big, fat, red marker. X. You're supposed to have 20 X's, red X's on that chart. You're not there to convince them. You're there eliminating them. Who succeeds? Bottom line. Ever heard about that? You are looking for the 3 Ds. You want me to give you the secret? The ones that make it and the ones that you're looking for have the 3 Ds. Number 1, they got a dream. They want something. They're talking about it. The more specific they talk about it, the better. And it ain't it. It would be nice. It ain't one of those. They want it. Okay? Or it may be something that they don't want. I don't want that to happen. It might be that you just watch everybody in your department except for 2 people, you and another person, get laid off. Tick, tock, tick, tock. Okay? They have desire. They are willing to take action on their dream, whatever it is they want. They're the ones that show up. They're the ones that show up. They're the ones that are calling you. You're not calling them. They're calling you. Okay? They want it. They're asking questions. Even if they sound negative, they're asking questions. They do what they say they're going to do. And sometimes it falls off a little bit, but let me tell you what. Life is always there. Whether or not you want to love your life and live your life is your choice. So lots of people understand, have something that they want that's more than it would be nice. Lots of people have the desire, that willing to take action on that. The third D is always the determining factor. Do they have determination? You are not going to stop me from telling people about this business. Ever! And there's lots of you out there that feel the same way. We know this is the best solution worldwide in times we're living in today that has value long term, is going to carry our generations of our heritage across the line, no matter what happens in the world. They know, these people that are determined, they know there's a learning curve to get good. They don't wither at the first bump or little problem. I'm being straight with you. You know ex-repo man ain't going to hold anything back from you. Because I believe you would rather know the truth than to get a nice fluffy pat on the back, right? Hey now. They commit to a plan. They make a plan. They commit to it and they work the plan. They're not a wandering generality. They don't think Karatbars. They do Karatbars. Thinking it will eat your lunch. Doing it will buy your lunch. And they'll do that until they get what they want. They're willing to go through any adaptations. Life isn't a straight line. Your 12 weeks is going to look like this. The person next to you, their 12 weeks is going to look something else. Do not compare your 12-week plan to somebody else's. It is the valley of death. It has no relevance to what your success is going to be compared to theirs. You're going to get fortunate in the beginning, the middle, or towards the end. Any way you want to slice and dice it. And this thing is not dependent on who you think you are and what you think you can do. This is all about smart enough to take action, position yourself in the natural flow of the movement of money worldwide in a time when this is failing, and this will be the successor and timeless money for the future, and you can't get hurt doing it. And when you find all those three, watch. All the senior partners that you see, they got it. Oh, they've been through the mud. But you know what? They get to where they want to go because they don't stop. I'm telling you straight up. And this is what you're going to run into. I'm a guy who, the very first slide. Can you hear me? That's why the very first slide in my presentation is all about the programming of the mind. You're not going to change anything till you reprogram this. Read good books. Read PM8, Positive Mental Attitude books. Get educational. Spend a little bit of time doing that. Plug into our meetings. Plug into the inspirational stuff. Plug in and find out what makes other people tick that are working this. Why are you doing this? What motivates you? And this is what you're going to run into. Fishing in these ponds. You're looking for the 3 Ds. If you're going to be talking to people who make their income as an employee or self-employed, there are people with the 3 Ds over there that desperately want to get over to the 5% who have everything they want. But understand the mentality of the masses that are over there. You may have to go through more numbers, and you're going to have to get a little bit better at what you do. You're going to run into this. Employees or self-employed. I don't have any money. Well, how long you want to make that claim? I got a 12-week plan. You don't have to ever say that again. I'm too busy trying to get by. I know. That's why I'm talking to you. Do you want to have time, money, and youth if you're young? Do you want to have time, money, and security if you're older And you've seen what's happened with a pension system. What good is buying a gram? A gram costs too much. Scarcity thinking. Be compassionate about that. They don't understand or see what you have right now. It's okay. You're just planting seeds. Some fall on rocky soil. Some fall on fertile soil. Allow seeds to be planted. There's people that have been introduced to this in the wrong way. And then when you come along, man, they've been thinking about it ever since, but you never got back with them. So you have people who say, I can't convince anybody. You're right. We're not asking you to. We're asking you to introduce this and get this in front of some people and let them make a decision. The people who convince, they end up not doing anything anyway. You ever find that one? Some of them are so stubborn, their last official act, I'm going to show you. I'm going to enroll, and then I'm going into witness protection. Some say the government will take care of me. I'm going to miss my TV shows. Let me tell you what, if you tell me you don't have any money and you're watching TV, sell the couch and the TV. In 12 weeks, you're going to be watching the same TV on the same couch? No, half of you are going to be changing your zip code. Now, if you fish in the ponds of business owners and investors need to know this is not a speculative investment. It is a business plan to create residual income and perpetual like gold acquisition. Highly attractive message in that. Not attractive. If you go in the investor spot, which you're not supposed to talk about anyway, this is not an investment where gold is money, not a commodity. You go down that road, everything's about price, margin, buy, sell, blah, blah, blah. It all sounds the same. Wrong direction. You programmed their mind in a whole different direction. Now you got to try and get it back. It's difficult. Started out by making a statement of fact. If I had a legitimate business plan to take a low four figures and turn it into a six-figure residual income in less than a year and get a return of capital in less than 90 days to where you had a zero-risk exposure, 100% cash flow positive, and spinning off pure residual income and also set up a system to acquire gold for free with no employees and no overhead, would you want to know about it? That's a message that will get you something. Okay, now, this is what they see. You show people and the business owners, hey, they spent $2,000 on an ordering system for their tickets at a restaurant when they could have written it out and dropped it in the box. They don't have any problem with that. You show them VIP. Don't even show them the bronze. Go right to the silver. Gold. Show them right VIP. Show them top of the food chain. I'm going to make a fortune. This is what you're going to run in there. I'm going to make a fortune. I can do this even part-time. If I'm a restaurant owner, the most important thing is time, and I never get a vacation. You can have money, time, and no job like you bought yourself a job when you bought the restaurant. A gram a week in finding two can make kilos of gold. If you're a VIP and you find 4 VIPs, personally sponsored, you got a return of capital. If that perpetuates for 12 weeks, 2 VIPs each week for 12 weeks, and you took all your commissions and you were the only person that exchanged it for gold, it'd be more than 13 kilos of gold. You going to buy that out of your own pocket? Show them. And guess what they say? Everybody can find 2. Many are going to find more than 10. The government isn't going to own me. That's what they're saying. Freedom, number one answer. When you ask a business owner who puts himself neck out on the line and all of his assets to go into a traditional business, racked with overhead and a decreasing bottom line. TiVo and DVR, tapes, TV shows. Watch them when you need to. It's the next best invention next to air conditioning. Because you know what? Once you have air conditioning, it moves right over the luxury column, right in the necessity column. You'll never buy another car without it. So guess what? You get to choose and learn which fishing pond you're going to have the most success. I just know this. I look for the 3Ds because those are the people who engage. And so in your experience, you either get what you want or you get experience. And put it in your Rolodex and move forward. I'm giving you all the experience that I have there to make it simple. It is the secret, the 3 Ds. And if you're having a hard time getting yourself motivated to participate, number one, I'm going to ask you point blank, if you're going to do the 12-week plan and you want to make money, and you want to change your life, and you want to acquire gold in these times, are you doing all the tasks one? Somebody type in, let me see if you were paying attention. Let me see if you're paying attention. What is task number one? Enroll, buy a package, KYC, buy 1 gram a week for 12 weeks. That's task number one, all of it. Enroll, package, KYC, 1 gram a week for 12 weeks. After 12 weeks, I don't care what you do. Task number 2, team up with 2 people that repeat task number 1, enroll, package, KYC, 1 gram a week, and repeat task 2. Find 2 that will enroll, package, KYC, buy 1 gram a week. And don't kid yourself. So how do you get yourself past that? Remember what I said. Ask 100, 80 will listen, only 40 will see, 20 will enroll, 10 will buy a package, 6 are going to do it with or without you. So maybe you only believe you can do less than half of what you hear. You have no idea, when I started networking, I was ugly, man. Let me tell you right now, it was ugly. I was petrified of talking to people. You do anything at any given time, keep doing it, it gets more natural, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Every job you've ever been in, right? You know when you can learn the most? When you can teach it. Now here's the key. I made all the worst mistakes. You ask my wife. It all sounds the same, blah, 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 and let's just say this only works for less than half of you. So let's just change the way we perceive ourselves. That's why I talk about perceptions and communication. 12-week plan at a minimum is $233,000 a year in a perfect scenario. So let's just say that works for less than half of the way it works, and less than half, 40%. That's $100,000 a year for you. I want you to think about going and applying for a $100,000 a year job. It's posted. You want to change. You want to change. You want that $100,000 a year job. What are you going to do when they call you from the 1,000 applications that came in, and they call you in for an interview? What are you going to say? I do pretty good. I show up most of the time. I try not to take long breaks. You're going to say this. You don't need to look any farther. Whatever I do, I master. Whatever I do in your system, I can learn it. I'm going to represent your company with the highest character. You'll never have to look over your shoulder to see if I'm working. I can outproduce anybody that's in there. And I'm going to flat out make you look good and make money from the company. Why don't you just bring the contract out there and let's get started. Show me what we got to do. You know who you got to do that to? Look in the mirror. Look in the mirror. Because you're coming here to learn how to make $100,000 a year minimum. Minimum. Some of you are going to make $100,000 a month or more. And understand, in that chart, you're not convincing anybody. You're eliminating them. My goal isn't to convince them. I want to find out. I'm looking for the 3 Ds. I'm eliminating the people who ain't got the 3 Ds, and they're not taking any rent in my head. And I'm going to focus my attention, my love, and my time on those that jump on the train with us, and they want it. Okay? So that means this. You want to convince yourself here? You want to move out of the stand? Let's say I hired you for that job. Every single person, you're going to fill out a square in there. You're going to have 20 people that have a red X on it. You're going to have some that have circles on them and some that are big stars on them. And you're going to pay yourself $1,000 for every person that tells you, no, ain't a pyramid. It can't do much. Or they said, I'm going to do it. And then they're watching TV all the time. They're not helping it. They don't sponsor anybody. So guess what? You're going to pay yourself $94,000. Do 3 a day. Pay yourself $3,000 a day. Finding out the 6 that are going to carry you to 6 and 7-figure incomes in 12 weeks. You going to let that hold you back? This is here. Reprogram this. You will succeed beyond what anything. Anyway, understand, there is no chance, no destiny, and no fate that can circumvent, hinder, or control the firm resolve of a determined soul. Get better and get over it and get free. Our train knows exactly where we're going. Come join us. Karatbars stands for everything sound, solid, and truthful about money. And I'm going to leave you with this right here, because we are creating the first fully funded infrastructure. It's an honest money e-commerce system. It is not an MLM, and quit trying to put us in that. Everything's paid for you to succeed, but they don't teach you how to build it. There's different things that they don't do, just like anybody else doesn't do. And when we start adding products, hopefully in the future, that can be bought in both cash and gold, our gold, verifiable gold, the enlightened economic mind is going to go on like this. Wait till you see us grow then. Understand, we will be the pressure release valve for time when the paper money doesn't do and it fails in certain parts. It's math, and I'm going by history. This will allow businesses to continue and taxes be collected by merchants for governments. We are non-competing. We're not looking to replace anybody's system. We're not looking to compete with a government. We are a symbiotic method to allow the movement of commerce so that they can keep coming, so that their country cannot be burdened. Okay? We are the future of exchange value gold. Understand where we're going. And somebody goes, well, where can I spend it now? Understand, you're not going to spend an appreciating or preserving asset now when you can spend a depreciating asset, right? But look at what happened in Venezuela. Look what's happening in Greece. Look what's happening in Spain. Look what's happening in Cyprus. At different times, Spain, one potato, it's like 99 cents. You're going to watch different things happen. We are the future, and all they want to know is, can we keep business going? We're going to be an awesome addition to any country. We are the pressure release valve of the future. And we're good for countries. We're good for citizens. We're good for commerce. And we bolt on to anything. Doesn't matter. If the company you worked at, I developed this sentence so that you can have a segue. It's one thing to have a conversation. How do you segue it into Karatbars, correct? I made this for you. You can ask anybody. This might be coming out of left field, Bill, but if you're working for Xerox right now, yeah, you're working for Teledyne, you're working for the City College, right? If City College asks you, would you like to get paid in cash, gold, or combination of both, how would you answer? It's like a litmus test to see where their head's at. And guess what? We can bolt this onto any network marketing company, any line of sponsorship. We can bolt this on a traditional company. There's a very specific way that we do that. Nonprofits, special way that we do that, but you have to understand, I'm not going into that. And guess what? Number one thing in any company, you're a model employee. You go somewhere else. You go work for somebody else. Guess what? If a company hosts this program, they even get the incentive rewards program for free. They go somewhere else. If the employee's used to using and saving money in gold, the account goes with them anywhere they go. Even if they go to another company, the employee goes to another company. He's got a Karatbars account. The original parent host company gets residual income from that. That's like pouring gas on a fire. Yay. Okay? Our honest money system in development, allowing merchants, manufacturers, and service providers, and maybe eventually vendors, to open accounts, exchange, vault for free, or have it delivered by Federal Express and use gold in hand and exchange at a K-Exchange center where they can either keep them, sell them, or return them, or use gold by the phone, the next venture that we have here. Be able to move fractions of a gram from your account to another merchant account seamlessly. You can sell online and offline, both cash and gold for the merchants. You're going to be able to use some of these 100-euro bonus cards. You wonder where you can do that. When we expand these, you're going to be able to use some of these, folks. We are the advent of a new era of economic understanding. And I'm finished up here. I hope that I didn't take too long, and I hope that I made my point here, and you can reference this if you want. Harold Seitz says he is a man of deep character and a love for what he does and a love for human beings across the planet. But he's a show-me guy, and you know what? Us here, when you reach upper levels, you're going to be a show-me person too. I don't want to hear it. I want you to show me how serious you are. And if you're doing the 12-week plan and you are not doing, let me tell you right now, if you're not enrolled, have a package, KYC, and buy 1 gram a week for 12 weeks. After 12 weeks, I don't care what you do. And you have not found your 2 yet, whether it takes you 1 day to find them, a week to find them, or 2 weeks to find them, most people within 2 weeks can find 2. The only way they don't is if they don't ask anybody. And enough people in this time and age we come. If you're not doing those, start there first, because everything else isn't built on strength. You do that, and in 12 weeks, you're going to see so many changes that you will not believe it. But start from strength. We love you. We believe in you. Choose to reprogram this and believe in yourself. And you will set your family and others free by your strength of character and protect our house. God bless you. Take care. And that's all I have to say.